Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Mosballin, and today we're going to be talking about domination, and not just any domination, but ERAS Dom. It's popular demand. A lot of people are having questions because this one you gotta win the game by at least 15 points on All-Star, and honestly the teams are the problem, right? The problem isn't anything else. It's just most teams have an incredible big man. They seem to not have any holes in the lineup, but let me just tell you guys this: every team has a hole. They all have a huge hole at the end of it too. We're gonna break it down. I'm gonna show you guys how to make this possible no matter the team you're playing against. So if you want to start fully dominating teams the way I have been lately, what you need to do is super simple, and that is just to subscribe. I got you guys with the sauce. I'm gonna make it as easy as possible. No plays, none of that. So the battle begins before the game even starts. The most important thing, the biggest tip I can give you, is how you set up your team to begin the game. Now, I was saying that every team has a hole, and the main biggest hole is their bench. Not a single team doesn't have a bad bench. All their benches are absolutely trash, and thankfully in this game mode they do play. They play at least 7-8 minutes every game, so that's your moment and time to shine completely. Now what we're gonna actually be doing is evening out the playing field. The playing field is obviously not fair with the teams they got. So most of you should have Tracy McGrady if you're playing ERAS Dom. I'm assuming if you finished regular domination, you should have already got T-Mac and hit level 40. So first things first is we're taking T-Mac and we're adding him to the 6-man spot. He's going to be playing right here. If you don't have T-Mac and you have other great players such as LeBron, whoever you might want to run your point guard, even though they can't, like, pick a big, fast, attacking player. I'll let you guys decide who you want to use for this, but I will show you guys what we're doing. So basically, for your shooting guard, we're going to pretend this is the shooting guard position. We're going to go ahead and add someone who's big, versatile, that's able to do some things. For me, that's going to be Cliff Robinson. He is 6'9". He's able to spread the floor. He's able to do some things better at the shooting guard position. And then, for example, let's go ahead and I'm going to run KD at the small forward, even though he can only play the power forward. And I'm going to put Anthony Davis at the power forward to give me some size. And with Gobert, this is going to be my starting lineup. Look at this. From here, this is it right here. This is my point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. You're probably like, Most, what are you even talking about? What is going on right now? And then this team right here at the top, you're probably looking at an interesting starting lineup. This is going to be my bench unit. This is the team that as soon as their gold players, emerald players, all that, that's the team that's going to take over. I'm going to explain all that in a second. Now, there is one other hole we want to exploit. No matter what team you're looking at, no matter what, they'll always have at least one bad player. It might not be like this team has 3 bad players. Technically, you want to attack that center, you want to attack that small forward, but every team has at least one. Like, you can go through any team. The Bulls have one, maybe some Lakers team, Celtics team, you feel like they don't, but the Sapphires, the Rubies, use those guys to your advantage. I'm down to start against this team. This team is going to be probably one of the better teams with the Jordan, the Pippen, all that. First things first, I'm turning off the filter. I hate that filter. It hurts your eyes. For me personally, I love the feature and all that. It's just way too much happening. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to set up that bench unit to be your starting unit, right? How are we gonna do that? We have 2 options in doing so, and here we lost the jump ball. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to foul. Once I foul, I'm gonna hit down on the D-pad. I'm gonna click R2 once, and I'm gonna click triangle to get my bench unit in. All right, that's first things first. I should have done it before I fouled, honestly, but I didn't, so now I'm at another disadvantage. Here, I'll foul again. Why not? You could call a timeout as well if you don't want to do it that way. The other way would be to, once you call a timeout, you're able to change your preset lineups, and your point is to put in the bench lineup. 2K has set it up where basically your bench lineup is the one in order from 6 to 10 in that order. So now Tracy is my point guard, Cliff Robinson is my shooting guard, KD is my small forward, and you don't see it, but Anthony Davis is my power forward at this very moment. Now, why do we do this? That way we have Tracy McGrady. For me personally, he's going to be running my point guard, and he's going to be putting on an absolute show. Defensive wise, you're going to try to let the guy that's the worst player on the team, that's the guy you're off-balling on, so you could help out on anything. You're going to want to help and change directions at all times. The other guy that's kind of bad in this matchup right here is Harper. And here we go. In transition, we're going to go as fast as possible if we have it. If we don't, we're going to back it up. That worked out well. You pushed it out, and here we go. Let's go. Tracy McGrady attack mode, and guess who he's attacking? A gold center. I messed up there. It happens. We got to be a little bit more patient, and we will be. Let's go ahead and show you guys our offensive and defensive settings before I show you guys some more gameplay, right? Before I show you guys anything like that. But basically, in the offensive settings scheme, we are supposed to be in a freelance. I'm not in one right now. But what you want to do is go in here. You can use the comp freelance. That's a good one. If you're on current gen or anything like that, use the Bucks freelance. That's a really good one. Those are the two I recommend. You could go regular 5 out. Once you click that, it doesn't activate it. You're going to have to click right on the D-pad, click R1 or whatever for freelance, and then you're going to activate it. The reason we do that is so we can spread the floor a lot better when we're attacking and we don't have congestion in the paint. Our defensive settings are on tight on ball, tight off ball. I also have it so it doesn't help rotate because they can obviously hit. So my drive help is on no help, as well as if a team, like you're playing a team that shoots a lot of threes or running a lot of plays, you can go ahead and turn off ball screen to over or under depending on the team you're going against. But right now we're going to go automatic. This team doesn't shoot a lot of threes. Now that we all got the basics down, remember, you do not have to actually panic. Right here you see I'm only up 4 points right now, and it's end of second quarter, but I'm not worried because their bench is playing. We're going to start running up the score. I'm showing you guys the bench first because it's important, but once the bench unit is in, you just go straight attack mode. Their PG is going to suck. Everything's going to suck. And we are the team at the advantage because of our size. Every single player for us now is just bigger, stronger, better. Obviously not necessarily, it's not always the case, but you should at least find a couple guys here or there, and we're able to help rotate with our big man because we're not worried about a gold, for example. That stuff helps us out a long way. And look at this, easy peasy. Let's go. We just ran up the score from 4 to 13 in seconds. It's very important to try to keep your lead too for most of it, because then their bench plays even more, and sometimes they're gonna hit crazy shots. It's a part of the game as long as you're locked in, right? I wasn't even locked in doing this, especially that I'm talking or whatnot, like just chilling. I'm literally playing these in bed, but that's the play right there. Remember, we have a serious advantage everywhere. Like their center is slow, their point guard is slow. That's the bench. All right, I'm gonna get you guys to the starting lineup in a second, but every single game I played so far, I made sure I outscored their bench by like 30, like maybe 25, whatever it is. You just go bang, bang, bang. With their bench, you don't have to set a pick and roll. You just go attack mode. I'm just making this as clear as possible so I could help you guys in as many ways as I can. Now, this play literally works for me every single time. Every single time. Tracy McGrady pick and roll. He's my point guard. You get the slow center on you and you're chilling. Now, when we're coming up, we're going to go ahead and click L1, right? That way all our icons could pop up, and we're going to hold on to the player we want to set the screen. So there I held on to L2. That didn't work out for me perfectly, but I know the center is slow, not that good, so we'll be able to shoot over the top. I tend to try to do these in a way you guys don't need to call plays, but if you like to call plays, there is a really good play in the Heat playbook, the 13 Heat, the throwback one, which allows you to get threes off. That's one of those floppy actions if you run the flare, and that will get you an open three if you're able to hit on all-star. Once you know your player's shot, it's not that hard to get it off, but it's easier to get attack the basket at the end of the day. I think it's very important to be able to call who comes sets the screen, so when you do that, you can really dictate what's happening at the end of it. You'll always want to attack the slower person on the court. And then here, look, so if I have a player that's not that good offensively, I double. You definitely double the big men when they have the ball. They're really annoying, the Kareems, the Wilts, the this and that, and that way you make it so difficult for them to be able to do anything. Look, sometimes they're gonna do that. It happens. It really is a part of the game. Trust me, I completely understand that it's frustrating trying to stop them, man. They're so hard, especially if you don't have a good center. Look at this. There was no time left. I'm trying my best with Pal, and Pal holds it down as much as possible, but it's tough. Now, genuinely, I feel like there's nothing else to tell you guys here. Look, I'm calling for KD to set it. I see that there's only one player that's slow, and that's that number 4. I'm always having an eye. He's my target. The target is the slowest baddest player on the court. That's literally the sauce, just to hunt them. Always hunt them on both ends of the court. Trust me when I tell y'all, there's always one bad player on every team, and there's always going to be some nonsense that happens. You can never let that stuff frustrate you, because the moment you do, that's the moment you lose the game. And it doesn't matter what the score is to start, just figure out a motion and all that. I'm genuinely letting them outscore me for fun. But here we go. So look, this is a nice play, another one. If you're having trouble, if you see somebody that has an advantage and you don't want to like call a certain screen, if you click L1, pick the player. For example, Tracy McGrady, I'm gonna let him cut. So once Tracy starts cutting, I can hit him. A lot of times, more than not, he will get the advantage. He'll be able to finish in traffic. He'll be able to get past the player that's slower than him, whoever that may be. So realistically, that's all the tips and tricks I can give you guys for era domination. It genuinely all begins and stems down to this lineup, just setting it up perfectly from here. Once you have this situated and you just take advantage of your taller players and your guy being your point guard, whoever it may be, there's so many great options. You feel free to run SGA if you need to. Feel free to run literally Zach LaVine if you have a good Zach. There's so many options. I highly recommend Tracy McGrady. That should be your #1 option, especially if you're starting era dom. It can be either Tracy. They're both the exact same Tracy's, so don't even worry about, oh, I don't have that one. They're the same exact card from top to bottom. And take advantage of everyone at different sizes, like Kevin Durant the 3, LeBron, run LeBron at the 2, or whatever. Like, run a bigger lineup. This Dario Saric has won so many games, done so many things. I would run him at the 3. Run your gem cards. Literally, if you have gem cards, they're so much better than other cards. So whether you have like a bingo, like I don't know, there's so many names and possibilities. I hope this video helped you guys. It should. If it didn't, please let me know. I will help you guys in different ways in the future. I know the last 3 teams are insane from what I'm hearing. So once I get there, I'll be able to help in that regard. But as of right now, this has been getting me through it so easily. Just mismatching, taking advantages of certain matchups every single play. This Gobert's been holding it down. We all have Gobert. We all have Zach LaVine, Amari Stoudemire. Those guys can help you guys a ton. If you have Jalen Brunson, I recommend him against the bench unit. He will cook, destroy. I don't recommend him against your starters. Make your starting lineup, like the guys that are playing them are just your best 5 players for the most part, and then take advantage of their bench the moment they're in there. Do not run your team the whole game. If you are planning to do so, make sure you utilize your timeouts. But with all that said, that should help you get Tim Duncan without many issues. I haven't had a problem since I started doing it. So make sure you send this to anyone else it could help, whether it's on Reddit, Twitter, wherever it is. And I'll be seeing you guys later. It's been your boy Mos. Y'all know the drill, and Ballin out.